Hello, this is Sanderson McDonald, your instructor for the online real-time high school math prep course. Just making this quick introduction video to show you the key components of this course on the Moodle page here. I'm not going to be going through everything in this video, just the stuff you really need to get started. So, for our in-person online classes where we have our actual class time of 9:30 Tuesday and Friday. This is where we meet in the high school math prep online classroom. I should put in-person in quotation marks. We're actually in a virtual room together, I suppose, so we're sort of in person. You simply click on this course room here after clicking on the link. Join course room. Let it think for a minute as it connects everything. And there we are. If you want to say hello or ask me a question or wave hi in the morning, you can click on the share audio, share video buttons. If you are just looking to ask a quick question in the chat box, you hit this purple button in the bottom right corner and you can type something into the chat. Easy enough. Now, for the classes that are not live or real time, to find the material there that you'll need and to know which course it even or which classes it even is in this course, take a look at the daily schedule here. For instance, we have an in-person class on the 31st of August, which you may notice won't always look like the typical in-person classes that you might be used to in a more traditional setup. What I will be doing is focusing on certain strategies and tips for the course, and I'll be hitting on the key points that we'll be going through over the course of the week. So in this in-person lesson, for instance, we'll be talking about operations with integers. I'll talk about how best to take notes for that those kinds of skills, as well as getting a bit of an intro into BEDMAS, which we'll be covering later on in an anytime. So I'll be hitting more on key points. We'll go over strategies for the more challenging types of questions, that sort of thing, and more talking about how everything connects to each other so you know what you're learning and why when you're dealing with these anytime pieces. So on the 1st of September, for instance, we don't have a 9:30 class time. This is a Wednesday. So what do you do for this particular lesson? Well, back on out of here. To find these lesson materials, you'll want to go down to Unit 1. Click on Integers and Polynomials Lessons. And you'll see a list lined up with our daily schedule that will have video content in there. So here I've got class 1 anytime lesson with video. Brings us to an electronic copy of the workbook, but along with that we also have some video content to take a look at. So it links to that and it will give you the basic package of what you need to know for these lessons. And of course, we will cover some of the more complex stuff and the key points in our in-person classes as well. This stuff does not have to be done at a set time of day. It doesn't all have to be done one day after the other according to lesson 1, lesson 2. This stuff can be done according to your schedule. While this is a paced class, we have set times for our exams. There is a lot more flexibility as far as when to tackle this anytime material according to your schedule. Some people like hitting it all up in one day. Some people like taking it one day at a time. Some people like even working ahead and taking a look at some of the video material because they know they're going to be busier on a given week. So those options are available. There is a lot of other stuff on this Moodle page that we could be talking about, but I'm going to leave that for our first in-person class. I just wanted to give you a start as to what you need for the first few days and where the real, I guess, meat and potatoes of this course are. Here's our link to get into the in-person online classroom. And here's where you see our lessons for Unit 1. So hopefully that is helpful, and I will see you all on Tuesday, August 31st.